We're here to solve this Sudoku by Akash Doulani called Gift Box with a pattern to the digits of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the top, as well as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 coming out on the bottom. So some symmetry there to probably think through. I'm going to start by looking at some digits I see twice. I see 2 3s in the set of columns, so I'm looking for a 3 in the middle. 3 eliminates there. No other repeats in this space. I've got 2 4s here, so I'm looking for another 4. That's this 4, got to put a 4 in the space, got to be here, 4 in the space has to be here, 4 in the space has to be here, has to be here. Those go quite quick. Coming the space, no repeats in that set. I got 2 8s in this bottom set of rows, so I got to put an 8, puts in this 8. Other digits that repeat, got 2 3s in the center, not so much there. I got 2 2s in the center, that puts in this 2. Looks like good progress. Not as much for others, but now I'm looking at some places I have some like digits that work together. So like this 5 and this 5 work together to eliminate all but these options for this cell. So I put an either or note, puts the 5 note in here, but there's a 5 to the left. So I get this 5, which gets me this 5, which gets me from the 5 on the right this 5, which gets me this 5, and another 5 note. This top box is now pretty full, so what can we make out of it? We've got just these 2 cells for a 1, so just these for a 1 over here. These 2 cells for a 2, so these cells for a 2 over here. This 6 coming up means there are 2 cells for a 6. And there aren't any 3s pointing into it yet, but that's a start. This box over here has 6, 7, 8, 9 to go because all the low digits are placed, and the 8 is pretty eliminated. Just one more option for the 8 right here. That puts an 8 in these cells. 8 and 8 coming across have to be in the top in column 7 or 9. And looking up here, I have an 8 in, again, column 7 or 9. But notice this 4th row only has a spot for an 8 there. So those look good. This is 7 and 9, but those aren't yet eliminated. But just looking at 7, I guess I see a 7 in one of these cells. 7 in one of these cells, 9 in one of just these 2 cells. Another digit we sort of limited on, but I see 3 and 7 just together here. So maybe this is something I was meant to see right at the start of the grid. Actually, you can do this right at the start of the grid. 3 and 7 are a forced pair based on the pattern it gives. We said sort of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, etc. down to 7, 8. Like these 3, 7 always set this up, which means that there's actually a forced 8 right here. Right now, it puts in this 8, puts in this 8. What that now means is coming into this box, there's just this place for 1. This is another 7, 9. That actually means we've got a... Actually, this isn't a 7, 9 yet. This could still be a 6. We've got to do more work to make that make sense. We can come back, though, to this space and say, do we know any more now that we've put in that 8? And one thing I'm seeing with this 8 placed is this right center box can't have a 7 in this cell. So 7's in one of these cells, and that actually forces the 7 in the 9th column over here. So that does put a 7 in here, puts in a 9 and a 6. That puts a 7 here, which puts in a 7. Got a 9 in the cell. This needs a 9 and 6 to go. Got last place for a 9. 6 has to come down to the bottom. We marked these in before, but 6 is now forced to that cell. It means the top is just 2 and 3. Finishing this row needs a 9. We've got 1, 2, and 6 in the space, so 6 is going to have to be on the far right. 1 and 7 are in the center box here. This is the last spot for a 3. Puts in a 3, puts in a 2. This is a forced 3. This is a forced 3. 2 is forced right now to the top or bottom there. Not more I can do with that. The 7 coming across means there's a 7 in these cells. What that does is give me a 7 and a 1, which gives me another 1. The 1s are working into these cells. Maybe the 9s are here. This is the last 9. Puts in this 9. Got 2 and 7. And actually over here, the 2 is in the 8th row. So this has to be 7 above, 2 below. Puts in this 2. This is 1 and 7, 7, 1, 1, 7. The 1's put in 1 and 5, puts in 5 and 6. Got 2 and 6 to go. 6 has to be in the right, 2 here. That puts this as 2, 6, and 1, and we finish the grid. So a good puzzle from Akash. I think the nice structure was highlighted probably seeing this 3-7, 3-7, forcing a pair in this corner, and eventually making headway in this corner from this 8, the 7 pointing up to give 7-3. I think that was the one breakthrough in the puzzle, and if you got that, most of the rest were standard steps and probably pretty easy. Certainly the pace at which we got all the 4s, most of the 8s, most of the 5s, there were some pretty clear signals to get you going, but that pair in this corner was a key sort of step beyond that. So thanks Akash for the puzzle. Thanks everyone for watching this video. Hopefully you learned something from it, and we'll see you again soon.